let's go. Produce it, process it, distribute it. I go make the dough just to feed my own. I go do it all.
Vegetable cultivation in Ghana is not new, but with each passing day, there are new innovations associated with vegetable cultivation, such as behind me you can see the greenhouses. Very soon we'll be exploring how plants are cultivated under controlled environments in the greenhouse. This is Ghana Grows Edwuma. I'm Maraba Kumson. As always, Ghana Grows Edwuma is brought to you by Mastercard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Road Show Foundation. Join me as we explore the greenhouse business project. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
And welcome to Ghana Grows Edwuma.
Thank you so much.
This is a wonderful edifice. All I see around are tomato plants.
Yeah.
Tell me, introduce yourself first of all and tell me what's going on here.
Okay, so my name is Emmanuel Boamotre. I'm the production manager for Agri-Impact Consult. Agri-Impact Consult is a private agribusiness firm with over 25 years experience. We've worked in over 15 African countries. We do consultancy, market facilitation, we train SMEs. So greenhouse is just a bit of the many things that we do as a company.
I see. So this huge greenhouse, I noticed that there were several others on the compound. How long does it take to set up the greenhouse?
On the normal, it would take you like between 2 or 3 weeks to put up one greenhouse. Okay. But we don't build one unit and move to the next one. We normally do it in groups.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I see. And so 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And how much does it take to set up a greenhouse? I know that the cost is not on the low side, but just give us an idea of how much it costs.
Okay, so on the average, you're looking at anything no less than 30,000 USD for one greenhouse.
Okay.
But for this particular project, let me speak a bit about the project.
Right.
It's a project called Youth in Greenhouse Enterprise Project. It's being financed by the Ghana Exim Bank.
Okay.
And it's being implemented by Agri-Impact Consult.
Right.
The project is 4 years. We are in 6 regions of the country.
Okay.
And in 11 clusters. We have over 640 greenhouses.
640 greenhouses?
Yeah, the size.
Okay.
640, but we have over 200 of these scattered across the country. So that's a bit of the price and what the project entails.
Tell us more about the project. It involves the youth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In agriculture.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Okay, so Exim Bank wanted to cut down the importation of vegetables, but they wanted to run a model where they will also create jobs for the youth. So the model works in such a way that Exim Bank absorbed almost 70% of the cost, the 30,000 that I mentioned. And then they employ the youth. So you work and you pay back. I think they are paying back 70,000 over a 4-year period. Okay. So whilst you are producing, you are earning money. And then Agri-Impact is also facilitating the loan repayment back to the Ghana Exim Bank.
And what's the reaction been like from the youth? I mean, what's the impact?
Oh, it's been very interesting. We keep receiving calls every day from people who want to join this project. But the other phases that are yet to come up. So we have a list of people that are on hold. When we roll out those phases, we'll get all of them on board.
So what are you cultivating in these greenhouses? Is it just tomatoes?
No. So currently we are doing tomatoes, cucumbers, bell peppers, and even for the tomatoes we have types. We are doing the cherry tomato, the very small ones.
Yes.
The curcuma, we are doing the Mediterranean one, the smaller one.
Okay.
Even the peppers. Our latest addition is called Sweet Bite. Okay. You can chew it. It's tastier than the normal bell pepper.
It's not hot?
It's not hot.
Okay.
Very, 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 very sweet. So these are the 3 traditional crops that we are doing, but we have varieties of them as well.
I see. Interesting. So bell pepper, tomatoes, cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, and all of that. Do you source the seeds from outside or you buy it?
Yeah, for now we are sourcing from outside, but the companies they have reps in the country. We are doing Holland Green Tech. Sakata and Enza seeds. These are seeds made for our climate. So for now, these are the seeds that we are.
Interesting. And who are your clients? Who do you sell them to? You sell them to, individuals, or you sell them to big markets?
We are doing hotels.
Okay.
We are doing big supermarket. We supply ShopRite.
Okay.
We supply Eden Tree.
Okay.
We supply farmers market.
Okay.
And in Kumasi, we have a retail outlet here on campus on the Mango Road. Okay. So we do individuals. We even do delivery. In Accra, we are even doing vegetable hampers.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are cut across. Yeah.
That's a new one. Vegetable hampers.
Vegetable hampers. So this
and
December,
is it well patronized?
Yeah. It's well patronized. So
what does it what does it contain?
It's a basket. Sometimes you have the choice to select what you want to be put in the basket.
Okay.
So the tomatoes will be in there, carrots, cabbage.
Yes.
There was recently we even did celery.
Okay.
And then beetroot and all that. So it's a book.
And all these vegetables, you grow them.
We grow them
in the
greenhouse.
Oh.
In Dowenya, which is our largest of all the clusters, we have a shade net. It's like the greenhouse by a shade net where we sometimes do lettuce and all the other short crops, the cabbages and all that. So when Kumasi needs those produce, we send them to Kumasi.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah,
it's quite interesting.
Very, very
and
exciting.
It's huge too. So I mean, I'm not surprised that you're supplying huge markets and supermarkets. Yeah. I see. But let's talk about the youth, because it's really targeted at the youth, isn't it?
Yeah.
When the youth come here, are they what are their backgrounds? Are they people who have studied Agric, or people who are just generally interested in Agric?
So it's diverse. I read geography in K University.
Okay.
I had no Agric background.
Okay.
But I've been doing this job for the past 9 years.
Okay.
I was driven by passion to do it. So it's kind of cuts across. You have people who have the Agric background. You have people who don't have the Agric background. Even for the Agric background, we have people from the university, some from the training Agric colleges and all that. So it's a bit diverse. Yeah. So that's a bit about.
So what do they do when they come here? Do they just learn how to grow the plants in this controlled environment, and then they go back and then replicate it? But the challenge is, how are they going to replicate it? Because putting up a greenhouse is quite expensive.
Okay, so as part of this project, the selected beneficiaries were brought to our training center in Brekusu in Accra, where they were not only trained in greenhouse, but even business management and other skills that comes with farming as a business. So we train them. So our trainings are not only limited to the technical, growing the vegetables and all that. We do other courses such as farming as a business, how to also even identify opportunities along the vegetable value chains and all that. So when you come to our training centers and you don't have the money to start, it doesn't limit you. And of course, some of the technologies or the technologies can also be applied on the open field, like the trellising. As you can see, the plant is standing vertical. These plants you are seeing here will grow so tall that when they have to work on, they have to bring it down before they work on it.
Okay.
And that keeps the fruit in shape.
Okay.
Unlike the open field where it will be on the floor and all that. So if you learn, for instance, if you learn only trellising from us, you can also apply it on the open field and then get a bit of optimum yields from there. Yeah.
Let me ask, what is the difference in cultivating vegetables in the greenhouse as opposed to doing it, openly?
Number one, you can do all year round.
Okay.
I'm sure you are aware there's a bit of shortage of tomatoes on the market now.
Yes.
But as you can see, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll start harvesting from here. So it's an all year round production. And also, what you are seeing here is not soil.
What is it?
It's cocoa pit, coconut fiber.
Okay.
The shells of coconut.
Okay.
That's what we are using to produce.
Oh, wow.
So we are also avoiding certain soil-borne diseases in places where some of these, like nematodes, will prevent you from doing certain crops. What you are seeing here is 640 square meter. Let me say almost close to one plot. It will take somebody in Akomadan with
one plot. That would be how many acres?
This is 640 square meter. An acre is it's about 4,000 square meter.
Okay.
So maybe 1/3 of an acre.
Okay.
But the yields that we'll get here, it will take somebody in Akomadan 2 or 3 acres to produce the same yield.
I see. Because
because of this technology, the trellising.
So you're able to produce more than okay.
them. Yeah.
I see.
And interestingly, tomatoes from this greenhouse can stay sometimes 3 to 4 weeks without refrigeration.
Really?
Yeah.
They won't go rotten?
No.
That's
because
interesting.
we follow standards.
Is it because it's been grown in a controlled environment?
It's one. And also even the water we use to feed the plant.
What water do you use?
It passes through UV sterilization.
Oh.
Because if I have fungal in the water,
yes,
it will also affect my plant.
Okay.
And normally, the reason why most of the tomatoes you see on the market go bad is sometimes I am over application of fertilizers,
okay,
nitrogen.
Yes.
So we use the right amount of fertilizers.
Okay.
So our shelf life is always.
How do you know what is the right amount? Do you measure it before?
We measure. So okay, the water even have nutrients.
Okay.
So we take the water to the lab. We know the nutrients inside. Even the climate in Kumasi is different from Accra.
Yes.
So at what temperature, what we have to give, and even at what stage, everything is calculated.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. And that's why you're getting the yields that you're getting.
Yeah.
Because it's really huge when you look at it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, obviously, it's very nice.
Thank you.
Well put together and all, but I'm sure you have some challenges. What challenges do you have with greenhouse production of plants?
Well, it has to do with certain disease and pests. We keep getting new strains of certain disease. If we're able to control them, the next time, I'm sure at first you know that we're using chloroquine to deal with malaria.
Yes.
But now we are doing what artesunate and all that. So we also face challenges, disease and pests. And also sometimes getting the right people with the right attitude to work inside.
Right. That's very important.
It's very, very, very important because it's precision agriculture. If you miss one thing or one step today, you pay for it in the future. So basically, these are the challenges, and then these are the two main challenges that.
So I need to ask you this question: if there's one vegetable that you would encourage all Ghanaians to plant on their own, what would it be?
I think it would be tomatoes, because there is tomato in every Ghanaian diet. At a point, I think Ghana was the second largest consumer of either tomato or tomato paste.
Okay.
So I would encourage a lot of people to do tomato. And of course, tomatoes can be used in stews and soup, unlike some of the other vegetables where you are only sometimes limited to using it for a certain kind of dish. So I think everybody should be able to develop the passion of cultivating tomatoes.
Interesting. So people who cannot afford to build greenhouses but would want to, cultivate maybe tomatoes or any other vegetables under a controlled environment, what can they do?
For people who cannot afford this greenhouse, I think when they sign up to our trainings, we normally hold sometimes monthly, quarterly training. When we look at your environment or what you want to do, sometimes we're able to tailor make a kind of training for you. Okay. So I encourage people to follow our social media handles. On Facebook it's Agri-Impact Consult. On Twitter it's Agri-Impact Consult. On Instagram it's Agri-Impact Consult. We also have sister companies. For instance, Fresh Logistics, they deal with the sales of our produce. So you can also check them out on all social media handles.
Definitely, we will be checking you out. Thank you so much, Emmanuel.
You're welcome.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Growing vegetables in a greenhouse is an expensive venture, but you don't have to break the bank, as Emmanuel Boama told us. I hope you picked nuggets of wisdom from what he said. It's so easy to start a vegetable farm. Anyway, that's how we end the show. My name is Araba Kumsin. Join us same time next week for Ghana Grows Edwuma, which is brought to you by Mastercard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Road Show Foundation. Until next time, it's goodbye.